In this video, I'm going to talk about how what you believe, you can achieve. How anxiety grounds people down and it makes them feel worthless and powerless. It shows no mercy. How if you believe that somehow, some way your life is already predestined or set in stone by people or forces beyond your control, what could be the outcome of that? How to take control means going against the things that you've done before. You're going to have to change. What you believe, you can achieve. Act as if it is done. I know you're watching this video because you are looking for a solution to your anxiety. You're watching this video on a website that deals with anxiety issues. Anxiety is a very common problem. This is not just an American or Western European phenomenon. This applies across the world. It doesn't matter what continent you live on. It doesn't matter how much money or how little money you have. It doesn't matter whether you were born rich or poor. It doesn't even matter what you look like. Anxiety grinds people down and makes them feel worthless and powerless. It shows no mercy. The good news is that anxiety is essentially a reflection of your own perception. Depending on your genetic makeup or genetic predisposition, it can mostly be environmental. In other words, what you choose to believe about your reality and who you are, what you're capable of, and where you're going plays a big role in how anxious you are. Unfortunately, a lot of people are too eager to abdicate this power. It's just too scary. At this time, I'd like you to go down below and leave a comment. Now, if your comment requires a response on my part, I'll be glad to do that. It's easier and comforting to believe that somehow, some way, we are either just born a certain way or we're not. Either we're born to be miserable or we're not. If we are miserable currently, it's just because that we were born that way and it's really tough luck. The best we can do is to just basically deal with our symptoms and try to make ourselves as comfortable as possible. But there's nothing fundamental we can do to change our situation. The die is cast and our stars are fixed. Believe it or not, that kind of thinking sets a lot of people at ease. How come? It absolves them of the responsibility of taking ownership of their lives and doing something about it. It really is that simple. If you believe that somehow, some way, your life is already predestined or set in stone by people or forces beyond your control, you don't have to do anything now. After all, it's already done. Yep, it's a done deal. So what can you do? You're too small. You're too weak. You're too powerless. I know this sounds negative, and it is. However, the problem is people draw comfort from this. Interestingly enough, they think that since all these are present, then I don't have to try, much less take responsibility and full ownership of my life. That's really what they're running away from. because it's scary to take responsibility, because when you take responsibility, you are saying to yourself, I may not have chosen the kind of life that I have, but I am responsible for changing it to a life that I do want for myself. This requires effort. This requires planning. This requires sacrifice. At the very least, it means going against the things that you have done before. Click on the confidencecommando.com link in the description block below, and I will send you new and updated information as well as inspirational materials to your inbox. You may unsubscribe at any time, so there is no further obligation. You're going to have to change. People fear change. It's hardwired into the human DNA. It's part of the human condition, and that's why people would rather believe that things are unchangeable. Make no mistake, when you choose what you believe, you end up achieving a different kind of reality. How does this work? When you change your belief system, you change how you process the things that you pick up from your reality. This then leads to different decisions. For example, if you come across a beautiful sports car and your old thought pattern tells you you're too poor, you're hopeless, you can't afford that, there's just no way, you're too stupid to earn that kind of money. So you say to yourself, there's no way I can afford that. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. At this time, I'd like you to go down below and give me a thumbs up if you like my content. Thank you. If you change your belief system, and the next time you see a BMW, a Ferrari, or a Mercedes, and you say to yourself, I can afford that, you give yourself a question. In fact, if you have the right belief system, you give yourself a challenge. Now, how can I afford that? This means I'm looking for solutions. I'm trying to put things together. Given enough focus, effort, and commitment, I can make something happen. Which of these do you think leads to a better place? Which do you think leads to a dead end? Make no mistake, what you believe about yourself, who you are, where you're going, and what you're about, you will achieve. And the worst part to all this is you're going to have to live with the results. So take ownership today. How when you believe, you end up achieving a different kind of reality. What you believe about yourself, who you believe you are, where you believe you're going, what you believe you're about, you will achieve that. By the way, my name is Dale Anderson. Please go down below and subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Thank you.